Angelina Jolie, born June 4, 1975, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, Los Angeles, California, is one of the world's most recognizable movie stars, a talented filmmaker, and a dedicated humanitarian. In a career spanning more than 3 decades, Jolie has transformed herself from a promising young actress into a global icon, known not only for her stellar performances, but also for her tireless efforts to defend human rights and support refugees. The mother of 6 children, Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, Jolie has built a multicultural family that reflects her compassion and broad worldview. With 3 marriages to Johnny Lee Miller from 1996 to 1999, Billy Bob Thornton from 2000 to 2003, and Brad Pitt from 2014 to 2018. 2019. Her personal life has always attracted public attention, but Jolie has always remained steadfast and strong through the storms. Raised in a family with a tradition of performing arts, with her father, famous actor Jon Voight, and mother, actress Marceline Bertrand, Jolie was exposed to the world of cinema early on, but also faced personal difficulties from a young age, including a rift in her relationship with her father and a tumultuous teenage years. She entered the entertainment industry as a model and supporting actress before achieving her breakthrough with her role in Girl, Interrupted in 1999, which earned her an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Since then, Jolie has become one of Hollywood's most sought-after stars, with roles in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Maleficent. In addition to her acting career, she is also a filmmaker, with films such as Unbroken and First They Killed My Father, and a special envoy for the United Nations, High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, where she has dedicated more than 2 decades to supporting vulnerable people around the world. Angelina Jolie is not only a movie star, but also a symbol of compassion, resilience, and a never-ending spirit. The greatest sadness in Angelina Jolie's life was the loss of her mother, Marceline Bertrand, in 2007 after a 7-year battle with ovarian cancer. Marceline was not only Jolie's mother, but also her closest friend, mentor, and greatest inspiration. The bond between mother and daughter was particularly strong, as Marceline gave up her acting career to focus on raising Jolie and her brother James Haven, providing them with a loving childhood despite financial hardships and the absence of their father. When Marceline was diagnosed with cancer in 1999, Jolie was by her mother's side throughout her treatment, witnessing her strength and resilience in the face of illness. Marceline's passing at the age of 56 left an unfillable void in Jolie's heart, plunging her into a deep state of grief. She has said that losing her mother felt like a part of her soul had been taken away, and in the years that followed, she often thought of her mother during her most difficult moments. This sadness was further deepened by the personal and professional pressures Jolie faced in the immediate aftermath of her mother's death. At the time, she was at the height of her career, with big roles and a relationship with Brad Pitt. But the loss of Marceline made her question the meaning of life and her responsibility to her family. There were nights when she would sit alone, rereading her mother's letters to her, and cry as she recalled her mother's loving advice. This pain pushed Jolie to become more involved in humanitarian work, especially campaigns to raise awareness about cancer and support women in developing countries. Although the loss of her mother will always be a scar on her heart, it is the memory of Marceline that has helped Jolie find purpose in life, turning the pain into motivation to contribute to the world. Angelina Jolie's career journey is a story of talent, ambition, and perseverance through challenges both on and off the screen. Born into a family of artists, Jolie showed an early passion for acting, but also faced difficulties from a young age, including mental health issues and a feeling of not belonging in Hollywood. She began her career with small roles in the 1980s, appearing in music videos and short films, before landing her first leading role in 1993's Cyborg 2. Although the film was not a success, it paved the way for joh-LEE to try her hand at bigger projects. Her breakthrough role came in 1999's Girl, Interrupted, where she played Lisa Rowe, a complex mental patient. The role not only earned her an Oscar, but also established her as one of the most talented actors of her generation. This success has propelled joh-LEE into the ranks of Hollywood's highest-paid stars, with roles in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Salt. joh-LEE's career, however, has not been limited to acting. She began her directorial career in 2011 with In the Land of Blood and Honey, a film about the Bosnian War that showcased her deep and sensitive storytelling abilities. Subsequent works, such as Unbroken and First, They Killed My Father, continued to affirm her talent as a director, although not all of them were commercial successes. joh-LEE has also faced setbacks, such as when her 2015 film By the Sea, in which she co-starred with Brad Pitt, received mixed reviews and failed to reach box office expectations. These difficult moments have left her in tears on several occasions, not only because of the pressure of the job, but also because she felt she had not fully conveyed her vision. In addition to her film career, joh-LEE has devoted more than 2 decades to humanitarian work, becoming a special envoy for the UNHCR in 2012. She has made more than 60 field trips to hotspots such as Syria, Sierra Leone, and Yemen, where she has met refugees and raised awareness about human rights issues. This journey, with its brilliant successes and painful setbacks, is a testament to joh-LEE's determination to live a meaningful life. Angelina Jolie's greatest career achievement has been her rise to become one of Hollywood's most respected actresses and a globally influential humanitarian. Her role in Girl, Interrupted in 1999, not only earned her an Oscar, but also put her on the Hollywood map, making her an international star at the age of 24. Since then, joh-LEE has appeared in blockbusters such as Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, where she portrayed a strong female hero, and Mr. Right, and Mrs. Smith, which was not only a commercial success, but also marked the beginning of her relationship with Brad Pitt. Her role as Maleficent in the 2014 film of the same name was another milestone, as she not only starred but also produced it, which grossed over $750 million worldwide and cemented her status as one of the world's most sought-after stars. In addition to her acting career, joh-LEE's success is also defined by her humanitarian work. As a special envoy for the UNHCR, she has used her celebrity to draw attention to humanitarian crises, from the Cambodian genocide to the Syrian civil war. Her field trips, often lasting weeks in harsh conditions, have helped raise millions of dollars for refugees and promote policies that support human rights. In 2014, she was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II of England for her contributions, a rare honor for an American citizen. This success is not only a personal victory, but also a source of pride for joh-LEE's supporters, who see in her a woman who uses her talent and fame to create positive change in the world. Despite her many successes, Angelina Jolie's career has not been without setbacks and challenges. One of the biggest failures was the 2015 film By the Sea, which she both directed and starred in alongside Brad Pitt. The film, which was expected to be a profound work of art about marriage, received negative reviews from critics and failed to attract audiences, grossing only $3.3 million against a budget of $10 million. This failure hurt joh-LEE, who had put all her heart into telling a personal story, and she has said that the lukewarm reception from audiences made her doubt her directing abilities. In addition, in the early stages of her career, Jolie also faced failures such as Cyborg 2 and Foxfire, films that did not receive public attention and left her struggling to assert her place in Hollywood. In her humanitarian work, Jolie has also encountered many challenges. Field trips to war zones like Iraq and Yemen often put her in dangerous situations, both physically and mentally. She cried when she saw the suffering of refugee children and felt helpless when she couldn't help everyone. The pressure of balancing her film career, humanitarian work, and motherhood of 6 children was also a huge challenge, especially in the years after her mother's death. Her divorce from Brad Pitt, which lasted from 2016 to 2019, added to the pressure as she faced public controversies and criticism from the media. These setbacks and challenges, while leaving Jolie feeling exhausted at times, have forged a resilient woman who always finds a way to get back up and continue fighting for what she believes in. Angelina Jolie has always strived to achieve great things for herself, her family, and the world. One of her biggest goals is to use her fame to raise awareness about humanitarian issues, especially the rights of refugees and women. As a special envoy for the UNHCR, Jolie has made more than 60 field trips, from refugee camps in Jordan to devastated villages in Cambodia, where she has met and listened to the stories of survivors of war and natural disasters. These efforts have helped her raise millions of dollars and promote policies that support refugees, such as education programs for refugee children in East Africa. This achievement has not only brought about practical change, but has also established Jolie as one of the world's most influential humanitarians. Throughout her film career, Jolie has always strived to create meaningful works. Her 2017 film, First They Killed My Father, which she directed and produced, is a testament to her ambition to tell important stories about history and human rights. The film, based on Loung Ung's memoir of the Cambodian genocide, received critical acclaim and represented Cambodia at the Oscars. Jolie has also been dedicated to her family, raising her 6 children with love and respect for their multicultural backgrounds. She has involved her children in humanitarian work, such as a trip to Cambodia with Maddox, to inspire the next generation. These achievements are a testament to Jolie's dedication to not only building a successful career, but also leaving a lasting humanitarian legacy for the world. Angelina Jolie, with her warm heart and strong spirit, has had a tumultuous journey of love and marriage, where moments of happiness were mixed with the harsh challenges of fame and personal life. Her love life has been marked by 3 marriages, each of which has taught her profound lessons and shaped the resilient person the world knows today. Jolie's first marriage was to Johnny Lee Miller, a British actor she met on the set of the 1995 film Hackers. At the age of 20, Jolie was drawn to Miller's intelligence and unique style. They married in 1996 in a simple ceremony, with Jolie wearing black jeans and a white t-shirt with Miller's name written in her own blood, a symbol of her rebellious personality as a young woman. However, immaturity and the pressures of her budding career led to the breakup of the marriage in 1999. Despite the split, Jolie and Miller remained on friendly terms, and she has credited Miller with helping her understand the value of respect in love. Jolie's second marriage was to Billy Bob Thornton, a famous actor and filmmaker, in 2000. The relationship was passionate but also controversial, with public displays of affection, such as wearing vials of each other's blood around their necks and bold declarations of love. They married in a quick ceremony in Las Vegas, but differences in lifestyle and the pressure of media attention led to the breakup in 2003. The breakup left Jolie feeling defeated, but it also helped her grow, realizing that love requires deeper understanding and companionship than impulsive moments. It was during this period that she adopted her first child, Maddox, marking a turning point in her journey to motherhood and her search for meaning in life. Her third marriage to Brad Pitt, which began with a romance on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2005, was the longest and most tumultuous. They married in 2014 in France, after nearly a decade together and having 3 children, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, and adopting Zahara and Pax. The relationship, considered a power couple of Hollywood, faced pressure from the media, family responsibilities, and personal conflicts. The divorce in 2016, with legal disputes that lasted until 2019, was a huge shock for joh-LEE, who broke down in tears several times because she felt like she had lost a part of the family she had worked so hard to build. However, it was the love for her 6 children and the memory of her mother's advice that helped joh-LEE weather the storms of her love life, turning the pain into the motivation to continue her journey. joh-LEE found meaning not only in romantic love, but also in her role as a mother. She built a multicultural family, with children from Cambodia, Vietnam, Ethiopia, and the United States, and devoted much of her life to raising them with love and respect. The evenings at her home in Los Angeles, where she and her children gathered together, were joh-LEE's greatest source of motivation. Her love was not limited to her family, but also extended to her humanitarian work, where she dedicated herself to helping vulnerable people around the world. joh-LEE's journey of love and marriage is a story of sacrifice, perseverance, and the ability to find light in the darkest moments, where she fought tirelessly to protect her family and the values she held dear. Angelina Jolie's family, which includes her 6 children, Maddox, Pax Thien, Zahara, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, and her brother, James Haven, have played a central role in helping her cope with the sadness and challenges of her life. For her children, joh-LEE's greatest sadness, the loss of her mother, Marceline Bertrand, in 2007, was an event that deeply affected her. Maddox, the eldest child, who was adopted from Cambodia, knows the importance of his grandmother in her life. He has said that it breaks his heart to see his mother silently cry when talking about Marceline. But he is also proud of how joh-LEE has turned that pain into motivation to devote herself to humanitarian work. Maddox sees his mother's sadness as more than just the loss of a loved one, but also the pressure to continue the legacy of Marceline, who encouraged joh-LEE to live for something bigger than herself. Zahara and Pax Thien, 2 children adopted from Ethiopia and Vietnam, also have their own perspectives on their mother's struggles. Zahara, with her sensitive personality, often felt sad when her mother faced criticism from the media, especially during her divorce from Brad Pitt. She recalled the times joh-LEE took the time to talk to her about her dreams and Ethiopian culture, even when her mother was under pressure from legal disputes. Pax Thien, who has a quieter personality, has said that he admires his mother for the way she never gave up, even when faced with career setbacks like the film By the Sea. For him, her sadness was part of her journey to becoming the strong woman he has always respected. Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, the children born during Brad Pitt's relationship, although young, also felt their mother's struggles. They often hug joh-LEE and express their love for her. Simple moments that give joh-LEE great strength. joh-LEE's brother, James Haven, is one of the people closest to her, often reminding her that Marceline would be proud of how she has overcome challenges to become a mother and a humanitarian. joh-LEE's family, while not always understanding the pressures she faces, has always been her greatest source of motivation. They constantly remind her that she has accomplished more than she thought, from building a close-knit family to becoming a global icon. To her children and brother, joh-LEE is not just a star, but also a mother and sister who has taught them that even in the darkest moments, there is always a way to get up and keep fighting. Family support, from hugs from Knox and Vivian to words of encouragement from Maddox and James, helped joh-LEE overcome her sadness and continue her journey with a heart full of hope. Throughout her glittering career and glamorous life, Angelina Jolie kept a secret known only to those closest to her. She struggled with depression and a deep sense of loneliness after the death of her mother, Marceline Bertrand, in 2007. A star who always presented herself as strong and confident, Jolie rarely showed vulnerability in public. However, after the loss of her mother, she began to suffer from periods of depression, often questioning whether she had the strength to balance her role as a mother, her film career, and her humanitarian work. These crises often occurred at night, when she sat alone in her Los Angeles home, reading her mother's letters and feeling a void that could not be filled. She feared that revealing these problems would damage her image, especially in a cutthroat industry like Hollywood, where vulnerability is often seen as a fatal weakness. To cope with the crises, Jolie sought therapy in secret, something she shared only with her brother James Haven and a few close friends. These sessions helped her learn to manage her emotions and focus on the things she could control, such as raising her children and dedicating herself to humanitarian work. She also found solace in journaling, where she recorded her thoughts and feelings, a way to deal with her grief, without revealing it to the world. Jolie kept this secret to protect her children from public judgment and to maintain a strong image in the eyes of her fans. This secret, while a burden, also motivated Jolie to constantly improve herself, turning moments of self-doubt into strength to continue fighting for her family and the values she believed in. At 50, Angelina Jolie is currently single, after 3 tumultuous marriages to Johnny Lee Miller, Billy Bob Thornton, and Brad Pitt. Her last marriage to Brad Pitt, which ended in divorce in 2019 after a lengthy legal battle, has left a lasting mark on Jolie's life. Since then, she has chosen to focus on raising her 6 children and continuing her film career and humanitarian work, rather than looking for a new relationship. Jolie currently lives in Los Angeles, in a large house where she spends most of her time with her family and creative projects. She has said that after her divorce from Pitt, she felt she needed time to heal and focus on her children, who have become her biggest source of motivation. While Jolie doesn't rule out falling in love again, she emphasizes that right now, family is my heart, and she finds joy in simple moments with Maddox, Paxthene, Zahara, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivienne. Despite not having a partner by her side, Jolie has found great support from her family and close friends. Her brother James Haven has been a constant presence, especially during difficult times, and her children have played a major role in bringing joy and meaning to her life. She spends a lot of time participating in family activities, such as taking Knox and Vivienne to the movies or helping Maddox with film production projects. Jolie's social media posts, while rare, often express optimism and love for her children, showing that she has maintained a positive spirit despite the events of her past. Jolie's current life is a testament to the strength of an independent woman who constantly strives to bring happiness to her family and continues to contribute to the world. Angelina Jolie's legacy lies not only in her achievements in the entertainment industry, but also in how she has changed the way the world views philanthropy and social responsibility. One of Hollywood's most respected actresses, Jolie has made her mark with her roles in Girl, Interrupted, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and Maleficent, films that were not only commercially successful, but also shaped her image as a strong and complex heroine. Her directorial work in First They Killed My Father and Unbroken demonstrated her ability to tell profound stories, taking a deep look at history and human rights. These films have not only received critical acclaim, but have inspired audiences around the world, encouraging them to think about larger issues. Beyond her film career, Jolie's legacy is shaped by her humanitarian work. As a special envoy for UNHCR, she has made more than 60 field trips, from refugee camps in Jordan to war zones, in Syria, where she has listened to and shared the stories of war survivors. These efforts have raised millions of dollars and promoted policies that support refugees, such as education programs for children in East Africa. She also founded the Maddox joh-LEE Pit Foundation in Cambodia, which supports community development and environmental protection projects. joh-LEE's influence is also felt in the way she raised her 6 children, instilling in them the values of compassion, respect, and social responsibility. Her children, especially Maddox and Zahara, have become involved in humanitarian work, continuing their mother's legacy. joh-LEE is not just a star, but also an icon of resilience and compassion, using her fame to create positive change in the world. Angelina Jolie's journey through grief is a living testament to the power of will, family love, and compassion. Despite facing the greatest pain of her life, the loss of her mother Marceline Bertrand in 2007, and the mental health crises of the years that followed, joh-LEE never let these hardships define her. Instead, she turned them into motivation to keep moving forward, using failures and pain